I watched Drewski's Israelite skit. That made me really want to know more about the Black Hebrew Israelites. So I start doing my goddamn research, okay? Essentially, Black Hebrew Israelites believe that white people are the devil. They believe that every problem in this world has came from a white man. And they believe the day of Armageddon comes that Jesus is going to keep white people alive and make them slaves. And they're going to spend the rest of their lives in slavery in the new world. They are the black version of the KKK minus the physical harm and economic sabotage, political manipulation, spiritual manipulation, etc. But they share similar beliefs is what I'm trying to highlight to y'all. And y'all, I am fascinated. Like, I am really watching all type of videos. I'm about to update y'all, okay? I'm about to make this a little mini series. When I watched Drewski's Israelite skit, that made me really want to know more about the Black Hebrew Israelites. So I start doing my goddamn research, okay? Essentially, Black Hebrew Israelites believe that white people are the devil. They believe that every problem in this world has came from a white man. And they believe the day of Armageddon comes that Jesus is going to keep white people alive and make them slaves. And they're going to spend the rest of their lives in slavery in the new world. They are the black version of the KKK minus the physical harm and economic sabotage, political manipulation, spiritual manipulation, etc. But they share similar beliefs is what I'm trying to highlight to y'all. And y'all, I am fascinated. Like, I am really watching all type of videos. I'm about to update y'all, okay? I'm about to make this a little mini series.
All praise to
Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Wakwakwadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. Shalom to the mighty Akim, Wakwathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from the son captivity, as well as the speckled bird that may look like the other nations, but are actually Yasharallah. His brother Kawakab coming at you with no lesson. And I just find it so fascinating and stupid at the same time that you have someone that literally says, that literally did the research, but still came to a half correct, half wrong, dumbass conclusion. Now, he literally said, we Israelites are, I don't know, I don't want to say we as in like the person, the viewer, because the viewer is not always an Israelite, but the Israelites, okay, in general, are a black version of the KKK. And he also said verbal version, which is an absolute dumbass comparison, because he literally goes in and says that we don't do anything that the KKK does. The KKK has power. The KKK goes around, the KKK goes around killing people. The KKK does literally every single thing imaginable. And then he also said that we say that what's it called? Esau is the reason for so many problems, but yet he calls us the black version, compares us with them. And it's like, how are you going to compare us when you admit yourself and you acknowledge yourself when making this video that we don't do the exact same thing? All we do is preach the gospel, tell our people to repent, but yet our names or our association, affiliation, whatever, is being thrown in the same conversation as the KKK, which is, again, that's just an outlandish and ridiculous thing to say, because we're not killing anyone. No, what's it called? No Edomites are saying, "Oh, I'm afraid to go by those people. Oh, I'm afraid of this, and that, and whatnot," because their lives aren't in danger. Okay, they aren't being killed perpetually by us, whereas you have Jake that is being killed perpetually by the other side. All right. So as a result of that, I just thought that this was a stupid ass video, but a good video to do nonetheless. So to get into this, Isaiah chapter 30 verse 10, Slakia, which say to the seer, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Where the reason why this is applicable is because this is a perfect example of actually being able to go in and learn and research a, a proper amount, mind you, I'll say a proper amount, and yet still come to an improper and incorrect conclusion simply because that's what he wants to do. He wants to push out his narrative, his thing, where he is pushing out his propaganda rather than just being honest and truthful. He has to make these in unfair comparisons. All right. Ow. Because we're not prejudiced based off of well, some of us are, but I'll speak for myself. I'm not prejudiced to someone based off of their appearance, because you can look like a so-called Edomite and potentially be an Israelite, or you could look like a so-called black person and but potentially be a an Edomite. Okay, it's based off your bloodline. Now, Romans 16 verse 17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause division and offenses, contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. For they that are such serve not the Lord YAHAWASHI, HAMASHAH, with their own bellies, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple. Where, this dude was trying to say, oh yeah, I'm researching, I'm doing this, that, and the third, but like there's those the implications of, oh, these are the KKK, this is the KKK equivalent, okay, these are terrible people, bad people, whatever, trying to do X, Y, and Z, while at the same time acknowledging that, and that's the double talk, where people usually only see the title and then they come to a conclusion off the title. They don't actually look at the things. They don't actually look at the content, and they're not able to critically think or come to a proper conclusion based off the information presented to them, even when the information is contradictory. Because the thing is that the details that go, if I'm writing a 5-paragraph essay, there's an introduction, people are going to pay attention to the introduction, and then they're going to pay attention to the conclusion, but they won't actually listen to the actual body paragraphs, where the three body paragraphs in the middle, because they just want the quick information of, oh, the conclusion is Israelites are KKK, but in the actual body paragraph it says the Israelites they don't go around killing people, they don't go around doing X, Y, and Z, which is all the stuff that he said. So you have people like this that's going to speak these words, these sensationalism words, to grab your attention, but yet their own biases is going to take over when presenting their conclusion and introduction. All right, so continuing on, Amos chapter 5 verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Basically, there are so many people that think that they are on the right track, they're speaking properly, but like you are sadly mistaken, especially those Christians that think that they are doing the right thing. Because you always have to, when it comes to debating Israelites, which I don't encourage debates from Israelites, but when it comes to debating Israelites, you always have to do something underhanded in order to have some ground to stand on when it comes to the scriptures. Like when the scriptures blatantly say, I am not sent but unto a lost sheep of the house of Israel, then you have to say, okay, well then Yahawashi lied, or he's a liar, or he did this, or he did that, or whatever. Well, okay, so is he lying then? How does this make sense if we all acknowledge Yahawashi wasn't a liar? How are you going to just throw that in the trash just to keep on going with whatever belief, whatever preconceived beliefs that you had? All right, so as a result of that, let's continue on. Well, yeah, basically you have these ill-informed people that believe what they believe. Okay, next, Psalm 52 verse 3. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness, Selah. And that's what we have here, where people, they only want to hear lies. They only want to hear, oh, black Hebrew Israelites are KKK, X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, and whatnot, rather than, okay, look at what happened. They are actually not the Klan. He also acknowledged that we don't go around hurting people as well, okay? But he also acknowledges that, oh yeah, Edomites are devils because they are doing all these things. They're intentionally doing all these things to fuck us over, okay? But okay, well, none of that matters. None of that matters at the end of the day, because we're just going to keep on doing what we want to do, all right? Well, let's keep on kissing Esau's ass rather than acknowledging the evil that he does, when, oh, maybe the Israelites actually have a point, because look at what Esau is doing, all right? Now, Matthew 10, verse 16, behold, I sent you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. And that's the thing where that's one of the things that we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be harmless as doves. We're not supposed to be going around attacking people or hurting people or killing people. All right, but yet you have people, the opposite side, that's doing it. So how are they the ones that are following after the scriptures if they're doing the complete opposite of what the scriptures say? All right, Job chapter 13 verse 4, but ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. Basically, they made these lies, they are perpetuating said lies, and anytime we try to push out the truth, people have such a hard time accepting that this is the truth, simply because, oh well, they're just so used to the lies that they were fed that they reject whatever truth that they actually see, that we actually show them. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem, Wakwak Wadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, Abad Ball, and Shalom.